everybody, it's Sam from The Gathering Garden, and today I'm so excited to show you all how to make something that I've been making for years. I can't believe I haven't showed you all how to do this yet. I'm going to teach you how to make a dried flower crown. And I'm actually in the middle of making something for a customer. I don't know the details on this, but this one is actually possibly going to be a part of a movie. I don't know. It's going to a movie set. I can't say which one, but I'm going to be making a dried baby's breath crown. You could totally do this fresh too, but I think the good thing about using dried flowers is that you don't have to worry about them, you know, spoiling. So you could literally make this today. You could pack it, you could ship it, you could bring it with you if you're going to a destination wedding, and you can keep it for years. As long as you keep it out of the sunlight or like away from heat sources, it can literally last you for years. So that might be the reason that this particular movie decided to use this, because if you're going to be filming for a long time, every single day you would need a new fresh crown, but this can last you for years, and it's surprisingly really durable. So to make your flower crown, you're just going to need a few really easy things that you can pick up at local places. So the first thing is you're going to need baby's breath. You can get this easily at Publix. They sell it just on its own, or if you have a local florist, you can go there as well. But I think Publix gives you a really good amount. And what you would do is hang it upside down any place really. You could put it inside. I think that'd be better so it doesn't get rained on. And then you will just let it dry. So you're just going to hang it upside down for about, I would say 2 to 4 days, and it should be pretty well dry. You could really just dry this for up to a week too, even longer. So you're going to need baby's breath. I would say for one crown, you'll probably need, I would say get 3. And then you're going to need this stuff. I don't know if you can see this. This is like a raffia colored wire, and it's super flexible. This is the way I make it. I know people are going to say, why are you telling everybody how to make something that you make money from? Well, you know, sometimes people love doing crafts as much as I do. So, you know, like, I don't need to keep all the money for myself. That's not really why I'm doing this. I kind of just love what I do. So if you love doing this kind of thing too, why not give some of that wealth of knowledge to somebody else? So, okay, so you need that. You got that really close up. And the truth is, some people are not crafty. Some people are not crafty, and I could show this video 100 times, and it does take a lot of meticulousness. So if you don't have that, this isn't going to be the craft for you. You definitely have to be meticulous. You have to be a little OCD. You have to be, what else? You have to be patient, because it is a process. And most of my customers are like, listen, I don't want to do all of that. So don't worry, I'm not giving away my secrets, because my customers have been my customers for 18 years, and they don't always want to sit here and do this, because it does take some time. Okay, back to what I was saying. So you're gonna get this wiry stuff. You can get this in different colors, but I like this one from Hobby Lobby the best. They have it at Michael's, I believe, but this one from Hobby Lobby, I like the color. It's great. And then you're gonna get floral tape. I like to use the same color as this, so it just kind of blends in and gives it like a wooden, like natural feeling. It's sticky on both sides, super sticky. And then you're gonna need some clippers to clip this wire. Let me set everything up. So you got that. And you're gonna need some ribbon to make it adjustable. So I showed you the sticky tape and a pair of scissors. That's all you need. And patience. It's gonna take a long time. So breathe. Grab some tea or water. And get calm and put on some music and enjoy yourself, okay? So step 1. Okay, I forgot one more thing. You need a measuring tape. A flexible one or this one, it doesn't matter. If you have a flexible one, that I don't know where mine is. It's from the 70s. It was my mom's. But somewhere in the house. But if you have a flexible one, you don't need to do the first step, because you literally can just, this is awkward. Like, you can't really wrap that around your head. People try. You're not gonna get the right measurement, so don't use that. But if you do have ribbon, you're gonna end up using it anyway, right? So this is what you're gonna do. It's really basic, but It feels weird to do this because I tell our customers all the time, please get your measurement. Okay, so you go like this. I'm not going to use this one on the wreath, on the crown, by the way. That's gross. I don't put anything on my head. So you're going to go like that and see like where it meets, and you hold your hand there. So if you want your crown to be right, that like sit on top like that, you see, like you could put it there. But if you think you're going to want it down a little, you literally just adjust it. So this should be my measurement. I keep my finger there and I bring it down, and you give it a little snip. Hopefully these are my good scissors and they'll just snip. And now keep in mind, I make these totally adjustable. So they can go a little smaller and they can go a little bigger. So you're gonna lay this down and you're gonna measure it. And that's how you know how big to, oh my head is big. I always thought I had a 22-inch head. I do not. I have a big head. Like, was that using my bun? Oh, because I like to wear mine down low. I don't really like to. Everybody has their own thing. So thank you for making me feel better about my big head. So I have like a 23.5-inch head, okay? The average head is 22 inches. I feel kind of insecure now. Okay, we're gonna make it, I'm gonna make it because the customer has a normal size head and her head is a 22-inch head. So when you see her in the movie wearing it, hopefully you'll be like, wow, she has an average size head. That lady who's making the video does not. Okay, so we don't need this yet. So now you've got your measurement. Perfect. So you're gonna take your weird wire that's covered with raffia. This is really important, so you gotta come in on this. Ready? So find the end. It's all tangled, which is going to happen. Okay, so you're gonna take this. This is so important. You're gonna take about 2 inches or so in. This is going to allow you a level of adjustability. So if you have a person like me with a larger head, I can wear this, okay? So you're going to take it, you're going to bend it in. I like to give a little extra. So you see, you bend it in, and then you stretch all of this out, and you know that this person has a 22-inch head. But you never know with a hairdo or, you know, what the whole style is going to be, right? So I always like to give it another option of each side having an extra 2 inches on each side, which gives you up to 4 inches. You never know, you know. You never know. People have different size heads. Isn't it Oprah or something that says she has like a 24-inch head? I feel like a lot more like Oprah now. Okay, so you're gonna go like this. You're gonna mark it at 22. You're gonna hold this here, one side here, and you're gonna go to 22 inches and bend it there. Can you see that? So you're gonna bend it there. I always give a little bit of an allowance because these are gonna be overlapping. So you bend it there. And then you're gonna take your clippers, and you see, you're gonna try to have a hook on either side, see? So you're gonna not do what I usually do 80% of the time and clip it here. I don't know why I do that after. I can't even tell you how many times I'm like, clip, why did I do that? I've got to save this for a baby. Okay, so you bend it, you cut about the same distance that you left over here. You just snip, and now you've got this. Doesn't look like much, but you check it, yep, 22 inches. Maybe this side needs a little more. And then, this is really important when you're making a crown. Do not arrange your flowers on this when it's like this. Some people just start adding them on, and then when they close it, they've all separated into this massive fan. That's not what you do. So look, come in real close. So you take these 2 hooks, you intertwine them like this. That's gonna be the bottom of your crown. And so this is gonna allow the adjustability. I'm not gonna show you now because it's gonna throw the whole size off. And then you shape it into the shape of a head. See? And now you've got your base. Okay, now the next step, I usually like to tidy up any pieces that are kind of sticking up. The next step is you're going to take your sticky tape. I do not like to do one continuous piece of tape all the way around. I don't like to do that because my feeling is, what if it came unwound, right? And you'd have an entire crown that would just fall apart. because I just think worst case, this thing falls, a piece comes apart. I do this by section. So I will rip off about, how long do you think that looks like?
2 feet.
2 feet?
24 inches.
24 inches about off. And then I start at either side. I start at the bottom. And if you come in close, where you cut it, it can be a little sharp. So I take that raffia, I make sure to twist it around it. And I'm, like I said, I'm a little OCD. I start this here and I wrap it. The very first thing I do is I make this not sharp by going a little bit past the edge. See, I'm going a little past the edge. I flip it in and then I wrap it around. Let me see if I did that right. See? And then I go back around it. So it's nice and soft and nobody will get hurt on that edge. It's extra, but you know, sometimes kids are wearing these. Sometimes you're wearing this and you've got a veil over it. You don't want this to snag your veil, you know? So I just work myself around here until you get to the point. So this is an important part too. So each time you wrap this around, you're gonna overlap. Kind of like, you know, when you vacuum or mop, you kind of overlap that line you just did. It's the same concept. So you're just gonna slightly over, is that showing very well?
Or cut the grass.
Or cut the grass, yes. Yeah, when you go over that line. Everybody but my husband does it that way. That's another topic for another video. I should show my husband cutting the grass. I think he writes his name with the lawnmower. But listen, it gets done. It's just very entertaining to watch. Yeah. Okay. You made me think of something else and I got distracted. Okay. So this is an important part too. So now you've got yourself to about here where your first bundle of flowers is going to be. Like I said, hook this, because if you don't, and you close it up, it's all gonna fan out. All right, so now you're here. So you are gonna take your dried flower and you're gonna cut it till it's about this much. I don't know how long that is. So I'm gonna give you guys an exact so you can know. It's about 2.5 inches. I like to work with about 2.5 inches. So you come in and you clip a bunch of them together. This particular one is just a standard size. So you can make these that super thick looking crown that's like kind of bohemian. But this one was just a standard size. So whatever you think, whatever, you know, you have to consider. If you're making this for a baby, you can make it like a regular size for an adult and then you put it on a baby and it looks like enormous. So if you're making it for an adult, you know, I would say you should make it about, let me measure it. I never actually measured it. I would say no more, if you want it to just look kind of wispy, no more than 1.5 inches. When you're getting into the thick territory, I like to make it 2 inches. You see, so it's basically double, like 2 or even 2.5, because people want it really, really thick sometimes. So that's what you do. You just keep clipping as many as you think you need. And I'm just trying to think of this particular movie and who's gonna be in it and thinking like what, because I kind of know. So I'm just thinking of like what they look like and thinking how this would look on her head. Because that's what I think you should do. You think of the bride. Oh, did I give it away? Did I give it away? Okay. Okay, so here's another little tip. You can come in close. Oh, I didn't get to show you. So you lay this onto this piece and you grasp it with this, you see? And you take this and you wrap it around the stems. I give it 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. And you pull it sort of tight. You can't go loose with it because when you tighten it, not too tight where it's breaking, but just enough tension because it makes it stick and it's not gonna fall off. And you just keep doing this. So you're gonna clip and lay and wrap. Clip, lay, and wrap. And this is the time-consuming part of it. But if you like doing this stuff, the time will go by fast. So you're gonna keep layering your flowers one after the other, and then you're gonna run out of tape. And this is my technique. Everybody is a little bit different. But I like to then, I don't know if you can see this, so you take this piece of tape and you go over the top, and I wrap it around the last one 2 or 3 times just to get it started again, and then you literally just keep repeating that process of cutting. And try to arrange them so you can picture how they will hang on, you know, if it's on top of somebody's head. So I like to sort of cover, especially on the side, to cover the side so it doesn't look like it's just a flower crown laying there, that it kind of looks natural, like you just placed flowers on your head and it looks really organic and pretty. And I like to mix different bunches. That's another important thing too. Every bunch of flowers is so different. So my suggestion, and also they vary in shade, so my suggestion is to, if you have 3 bundles, don't just use all of one bundle and then switch to the next. Try to take clippings from both so that if there are differences, that you don't see them, you know? You don't want to have all, maybe one is more white than the other and one is more cream than the other. You don't want to have like, or some is more green. You don't want to have like all white on one section and all green. This way it'll be a nice blend of the natural shades that baby's breath comes in, and then when it dries, sometimes it turns to be a different color as well. So here's another tip. So if you run out of tape or it breaks, just get yourself a new one rather than working with a tiny little piece like that. That's not going to get you too far. So just lay it to the side and get yourself a nice long piece to start again, and just be a little more gentle. I break so many. So then if you do break it off mid-wrap, just wrap it around a couple times again to make it secure and keep going. Really saves time if you can. As you can see, I have just a bunch of already cut pieces. My husband helped me and cut all those pieces up. That's really helpful. You could just kind of do that yourself. It seems like, oh, well, what's the difference if you do it while you're working or do it while you're in the middle of it? But it really is super helpful to have them already cut and prepared. So as you go around, it just becomes really methodical. Just keep wrapping and grabbing, wrapping and grabbing. As you can see, we only have just a couple more bunches. You're going to unhook it so you can appropriately deal with that side. So I think start to finish, this will probably take you, I would say, a couple of hours between gathering all of your things and cutting all of your pieces and arranging it and then finishing it off. This would be a really fun activity, I think, to do if you're getting married, maybe to do with your bridesmaids. How fun would that be? And you could actually buy all of your dried flowers in our shop. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking on this, maybe I am gonna put together a flower crown kit for you. So, okay, so you've come to your very last bunch. So what you're gonna do is grab your last bit of flowers. I would make sure these ones are sort of nice and short. And let me get one more good piece. So you're gonna wrap this around one more time just to give yourself a nice base. And you're gonna take your last bit of flowers and layer them on, and this is the final step of putting the main part of this together. So you're gonna put your final piece on. So you can bring it till it's almost at the bottom. I would give yourself a little bit of space, just in case it needs to be adjusted to be smaller. So there you are. And the end of it is right here, right here. So you're gonna wrap this around a couple of times. Give it a little snip because your pieces are much longer than that. Cut them as close as you can to here, to that last little fold. Cut all those little pieces off. So the bend is still here, it's right here. And then you're gonna continue on past, covering the stems. And then you're just like you started off here, you're gonna finish that way here because you don't wanna leave this edge sharp. So you're gonna go all the way down to the bottom, keep overlapping slightly the last one before. And then when you get to the bottom, you're gonna take the tape, there's the end. You're gonna go past it ever so slightly to create a little extra. You fold that in and then tape over it and then work your way back up. I don't like to finish down here because this is a part that's gonna be handled a lot when you're putting it on. So I work my way back up, what kind of looks like a stem to me, all the way back up, so you reinforce everything. So you've got double, especially the part where the stem is ending. Reinforce that really, really well because you don't want this falling apart on you. And even though you've put tape, this floral tape all over it, that last little piece, squeeze it really good into the center. You've still got your hooks, you see? Now, you're gonna take your hooks and you're gonna intertwine them. And you have got your finished floral crown. Okay, so now you can see you've got your whole flower crown done. You've got your 2 hooks. So when you're done, it's gonna look like that. And you've got your 2 hooks. And you're just gonna slide them in. And if it fits just like that, perfect. You can put it upon your head. I'm not gonna do it because this one's going to a customer. And there's another extra touch I do to make it, some people prefer a ribbon, some people prefer it just plain, but I like to give people the option. So what I do is if you want to add a ribbon, you take it out of the hooks and you take some ribbon. I like the ribbon, if you're gonna use a ribbon, I like how a ribbon looks when it sort of like drapes down a little. I think that's pretty. Like if you're getting married and this is sort of in the wind, I think that's kind of pretty. If it's for a flower girl and they're walking down, it just kind of looks pretty. So I like to be really generous with it. That way, if they don't want something that's so long, they can cut it. I'd rather give enough than not enough. So I just cut it. I cut it at a little angle. Tidy that up a little bit. I have another video about how to adjust this. I'm not going to do that in this video because once this is put together, I just want to get it on its way to where it's going. So all you're simply going to do is just link it around like this. So if you end up needing, if you don't need it to be bigger, you're just gonna tie it like that, which is how I always just have it delivered. Push these down and kind of hide them in, and then this will hang sort of down, right? If you do need some extra length, you just kind of pull it apart like that, and you tie it exactly where you need it. So you've just given yourself an extra, I mean, you could really go on and on and on and on and on and on. You can make it as big as you need. Because some people like that kind of loose, big look that's kind of falling almost. They like that look. So that's it, it's all done. And hopefully I'll be able to do a follow-up for you all on who is going to be wearing this. I don't know for sure, but it is going to a movie studio. The rest I can't talk about. So here it is. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions, leave me a comment below and ask me. You could also see our shop on Etsy. It's called Gathering Garden on Etsy, and you can go to our website, which is www.thegatheringgarden.com. You can visit us on Instagram. All these videos are going to be in all the places. So thank you so much.